Here we go. Spoiler alert, audience. I'm back.
Hi, darling. Happy birthday.
I got you a Mickey Mouse tie. Hi, everybody. These people are getting donuts. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, St. Paul. Good morning, Minneapolis. Good morning, St. Louis Park. Crystal. Victoria. They're getting food, girl. That's right. Thank you for being here. Happy Tuesday. Have a seat. Good morning. That's right. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Tuesday. It's good to be back. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to the Jason Show, the only talk show where we offer donut holes to get an audience. That's right. Donut holes and coffee. Please say hello to my sidekick sister. It's Kendall, everybody. Good morning, Kendall. How you doing?
I'm good. I just am getting such a kick out of executive producer Jeff pouring coffee in the giant carafe for everyone.
I mean, he's like a server at Bob Evans.
Is.
I mean, it's been, or at Bob Evans. Where did Bob Evans? Fine, Howard Johnson's. There's a reference. Yeah. Anyway, Howard Johnson's was a hotel, and then it's a restaurant, and yeah, it's a rare, really old reference. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm just excited too to eat a donut hole. Hey, everybody.
Yeah,
Welcome.
I know. We have enough. Jeff, you want to give Kendall some donut holes? Walk right there.
Thank
there
you
we
so
go.
much.
Yes, they're beautiful.
Donut hole. I'll just hold it.
Thank you. Thank you for filling in. You did a great job yesterday. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Hobie
no
as well.
problem.
Mr. Louisiana.
Mr. Louisiana,
where my mom is. And again, continued thanks to all of you sending nice messages to my mom. She'll eventually join us back on the show. You know, she's getting better. Good days, bad days. So thank you very much. Speaking of people that I love, I referenced this on Friday's show. I'm really lucky to have a great group of girlfriends. And one of them was actually on our show for the first season. Hey, Haley. Haley Hurst is the executive producer of our sister show, Good Day LA in LA. And so she gets all the stars there. I mean, every day there's you name a big star, Haley has met them on their show. So she texted me on Friday morning. She goes, guess who's going to be on our show today? And I said, who? She goes, the stars of Knots Landing. Now, if you know me, I love Dallas and I love its spinoff, Knots Landing. And she goes, Michelle Lee, Donna Mills, and Joan Van Ark are on the show. And I said, oh my goodness. I wish I was there. If I would have known, I would have come.
Right.
So I got done with the show yesterday or on Friday, and she sends me this. Take a look.
Hi, Jason, from Donna, Michelle, and Goody Two Shoes Joe.
So good seeing you,
Yeah.
kind of.
Come and visit us.
For sure, in the cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
I will. In the cul-de-sac.
That's
Knots
so
Landing.
cool.
I don't expect you to know this. Knots Landing took place in a cul-de-sac. And the people in there, Val had a house, Karen had a house, and it was, it's based on a movie. It was based on a movie called Scenes of a Marriage. And, they had like the stable couple, they had the young couple, they had the couple from Dallas that came over from that show, and they all lived in a cul-de-sac. And it was Desperate Housewives before Desperate Housewives. Yeah.
Okay.
It was really good. It's one of the longest running shows of all time. It ran 14 years. 344 episodes Knots Landing ran. Yeah.
When you saw that, did you just die? Were you like, they said my name?
Oh, I started crying. I mean, Abby saying my name. I mean, I could retire right now. I'd be fine. Yeah, I'm not going to. We have a show to do. But yeah. But thanks to Haley. Again, if Warner Brothers is watching, why is it not on streaming? It's one of every show is available on a streaming service except for Knots Landing, and I don't get it. So
Weird.
Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. Another little help in there. Well, so I was gone yesterday. I didn't get to really talk about the Oscars, so I'll go off on it right now. Ratings for the hostless Oscars saw, You'll see. It's on uptick last year when they did the host list. That was last year. So the Academy just said, oh, the ratings are great. Let's do it again. Well, they're probably regretting that decision this morning. Ratings for this year's Oscars fell more than 20% with just 23 million viewers tuning in. That's down from the nearly 30 million a year ago. And to put it even more perspective, 43 million watched in 2014 when Ellen handed out Pizza Hut. You know, and
I remember that.
Remember that?
And the selfies.
That was 6 years ago, and it fell 40 to 23 million viewers. Not good. Not good at all. This was yesterday. I won't go on and on and on about it, but I'll say I think it is a recipe of several things. First, I think it is the fact that there's a large swath of the country that does not have access or has not seen a lot of the nominated movies, so they do not have a connection to it. And that's not to say Parasite didn't deserve to win it. I haven't seen it. I guess it's fantastic. But when you have smaller movies nominated, you don't have the audience connection. Also, I got to tell you, there's also a chunk of the country that we are living in really polarized times right now. And I think there's a large chunk of the country that doesn't like tuning in to celebrities lecturing them in using their speeches to make statements. Now, here's the deal. I agree with most of the platforms of the people up there speaking. But look, I think I'm with Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais told everybody, get up, thank your manager, and sit down. And I said, that's what people want. It turns a night that should be, filled with gravitas and fun. It makes it overly political. And everybody is sick of politics. And I think that turns a lot of people off because I think a lot of folks look at the stars and think they're talking down to them. And who wants to watch that? No. Especially when a lot of them are a little hypocritical. They're talking about income equality and they flew there on a $8 million private jet. You know what I mean? And
right.
I think that's part of it too. And then you brought up a really good point as well.
I think a huge thing is social media. We used to tune into these things to watch people and watch these people you never see in real life outside of their movies that they're in. Well, now I can go on and see exactly what Joe Schmo is doing. I can Beyonce's posting.
The mystery's gone.
So I don't need to watch.
And finally, I said this last year when they made the decision, and I'm sticking to my guns, it needs a host. That show was... That show was a mishmash debacle. I mean, you had, and I love Janelle Monáe, but what was that? I mean, that's 7 minutes, and I love Janelle, I do. But you had that, then you had Chris Rock and Steve Martin come out to do a monologue. I timed it. That's 13 minutes. If your whole argument is you're getting rid of a host to streamline things, what are you doing? So you took out the host and you put in a musical number and a monologue, and then you had people introducing other people to introduce awards. Right. You had somebody going, oh, here's Olivia Colman. Then Olivia Colman comes out to introduce an award with two other people. It was a mess. Get a host, get a capable host, someone that can bring the funny, someone that can keep the ship moving. Stop this non-host stuff. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Next in the dish, Jerry, everyone's favorite from the Netflix show Cheer. Yes. This is so good. Got a chance to work the red carpet at the Oscars for Ellen. And the stars, they were freaking out because they love Jerry. Look at this.
Hey Ellen, it's me, Jerry from Netflix's Cheer. I'm here today as your correspondent, and I'm just so excited to be here. So let's go for loud. Hi, how are you? Thank you so much. What are you guys most excited for tonight?
I'm finishing the first season of Cheer and seeing if you make it to match. Don't spoil it for me.
Jerry, this is what I want to say to you. You got this! Yes! You can do this, Jerry! Oh because my daughter was giving me some Matt talk as I was driving in the car.
Yes!
And we love you.
Thank you!
And we love your big, beautiful heart.
Oh my gosh! What are you most excited for about tonight?
Well, I don't know what's going to be at this moment right now. I can't believe I feel like I manifested you in front of me.
Pumping. What you mean by pumping? Oh!
Oh, now it makes sense. I love Jerry. It's Billie Eilish. If you haven't seen Cheer, watch Cheer, and then you'll find this as delightful as we do. It's so good. Jerry also met Brad Pitt, ScarJo, Rebel Wilson, Robin Roberts, and the beautiful Regina King, who I always have to give credit. You know, I love celebrating local businesses. Our buddy Ryan McEnany from Frenchie's Nail Salon did Regina's nails again for the Little Minnesota. Little Minnesota on the red carpet. That's right.
I love Jerry. Everybody who watches, like you said, loves Jerry. And my favorite, though, was the reaction of the celebs to him and then him to the celeb.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need some Matt talk sometimes. Like, go, girl!
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I ranted and raved about the stuff I didn't like about the Oscars. Let me end with a positive. You saw Laura Dern there. I love seeing Laura bring her mom, the great Diane Ladd. That was so great. And then when Laura won, they cut to Diane, who's a legend herself, crying for her daughter. And it just...
What a moment.
Yeah, it's just because she's a legend. Diane Ladd is a legend. And that was really, really, really cool to see. And Tom Hanks sitting in the front row. There were some fun moments, too. There were some good moments, too. And then there were some bad speeches. Anyway, we're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this, everybody.
Coming up, Bachelor Pete pulls out the dreaded L word. No, not leave. Love. We're down to 4 ladies. So, who will go all the way? And why is producer Ted so excited about next week's episode? You're going to find out. Then, Paint is So 2018. Wallpaper is back, y'all, and more creative than ever. Meet 2 local women putting their own stamp on the wall coverings. And you don't have to ruin your diet on Valentine's Day. Brianna Bernard is back in the Jason Show kitchen with guilt-free goodies for Cupid's extravaganza. That's all coming up, so stay right there.
This was also maybe the most dramatic episode yet for the word like. By our count, there were 229 likes on tonight's show, which is like ridiculous, especially when you line them up. This is just a fraction of the lightning storm Bachelor viewers were forced to endure this evening.
It's like such a dream to be here. I think like when you feel like you've only gotten like 5 minutes with them for the past like forever. Like I feel like I just literally. I like cannot even. Like I'm so happy.
Oh, that's bad. I got to tell you, we all have, whether you have a job like this, everyone has like a little vocal tick. I have mine. I try to check myself on this show and the radio because I am a kid of the 80s. I grew up with Valley Girls, you know what I mean? So that's where it's, that's like bad.
Yeah, it's like really bad.
Really bad.
I used to do it real bad too, and I sometimes do it too.
Yeah.
But woo, girl.
Just have to check yourself.
You just have to talk. It's okay.
Speaking of The Bachelor, Peter's quest for love continued in Peru as the field of 6 women narrowed down to 4 with hometown dates looming. Thank you, audience. And that means it's time once again for America Loves Ted. Joining us from Bachelor headquarters, otherwise known as our control room, is producer Ted Johnson. Good morning. Thank you, Ted. Now, did you like the show yesterday?
I was literally this was a great show.
Okay, now before we get started, can I ask you a general question, Ted?
Sure.
Because what are we? We're almost to the end, right? We're 3/4 of the way through.
Hometown dates, fantasy suites, and then the final.
Okay, I saw a tweet yesterday from a friend of mine that watches The Bachelor like you, and he said this season is not savable. It's done. It's horrible. This is one of the worst seasons. Generally speaking, do you agree with that?
Yeah, because Peter just has no direction.
Okay.
It's just who talked to Peter last. That's sort of where he's going. And then you look at, okay, who could be the Bachelorette coming out of this? No one. I mean, there is no one that is kind of bubbling to the surface that if they lose, they could be the Bachelorette. So then you're kind of in a snowball effect.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to last night's episode. First date, Madison. Talk to me about that.
So I liked Madison early on in the season, and then she went into like hibernation for about 2 months. And so obviously she sees a scar. So he shows everyone, okay, the bandage is off. She reveals that she's super religious. She pours her heart out to him, and he goes, I like that about you. Oh. And he's like, I should be more religious.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then he pulled out, I love you.
What?
He did it, and there were still 6 women left.
Wait.
This is too early.
He said I love you to hibernating Helen?
Yeah, where's she been, and now he's in love with her.
She hasn't been seen, and now he loves her?
Loves her, yeah.
Oh, this show is trash. Okay, second date, Natasha. Talk to me about Natasha.
Natasha, we haven't really seen Natasha at all either.
Well, where are they keeping these women?
Right, so Natasha never got a one-on-one date until yesterday. We sort of knew what was on the writing was on the wall, but they're making out all day, and then he says to her, I feel like we're just friends. And he sends her packing.
Okay, that's gross. That's gross. He's a petri dish of cooties.
Yeah.
Okay, third date. Let's go to the third. Kelsey, former Miss Iowa.
Yeah, so they climb up this mountain somehow, and cameras follow them, luckily. And they don't roll down, but they make out on the side of the mountain, which I thought was really super impressive. She is, the former Miss Iowa. She's in. She's going to the hometown dates where it could be some drama because there's drama with her dad. Is he going to show up? Who knows? Yeah, she's doing pretty well.
Can I speak for the ladies in our audience? Dear cameraman, when a woman's climbing up a hill, can you not have the camera like right there? I mean, come on.
I think
that was the worst shot ever.
I mean, I think the camera guy is just like...
Thank you, ladies. That's so rude. That was the most unflattering shot, and that woman's the size of my spoon, and it was unflattering.
Yeah. What can you do?
Okay, back to the card. Who are in the final 4?
Okay, so then Victoria F., who I think he wants, but she's going to break his heart. Then we got Hannah Ann, and then we got Kelsey and Madison. So those 4 hometown dates next week, which, by the way, last night was maybe a little tame in the terms of drama.
Okay.
But what we are about to experience is going to be incredible, evidenced by the preview for the next few weeks. Leo, roll it.
So what happened last night? There's so much right now that's just destroying my heart.
If he sleeps with anybody else, it's going to be hard for me to continue to move forward.
You gave him an ultimatum. And I'm sorry, it's disgusting.
I don't want this to feel like it's all about sex, but 6 days prior, I was intimate with someone else.
I think I'm just getting shocked. I'm at a loss for words. I just don't know what to do.
How do you just walk away and just give up?
I can't. I'm so done.
Before you do what you're about to do, there is something you should know. What? There's something that's just found.
Several questions. First, are they in the Grand Canyon? The proposal?
Unclear, because they've been through South America up until this point, but yeah, who knows?
And we gotta go, but how much sex is this guy having? Good Lord!
Apparently a lot.
Yeah. And ABC is owned by Mickey Mouse. Okay, Ted, thank you everybody, thank you. Give it up for Ted, The Bachelor on ABC.
He's the windmill
That clip
guy.
was like Cinemax in the 80s at midnight.
Oh, I know.
And I know, that was, anyway. Next in the dish, CBS is looking to bring back one of its most successful crime shows. The network is developing a CSI event series to commemorate the 20th anniversary of the series launch. The follow-up would be set in Vegas like the original and would feature original cast members William Peterson and Mr. Fox. And it's in its heyday, it averaged 25 million viewers. That's more than the Oscars, everybody. The 15th and final season aired in 2015. My question is, it hasn't been gone that long. Do we miss it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, the audience. Okay, yeah.
The audience and I miss it. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I
Okay,
really liked that show.
Okay.
I did. I was a big fan of it. I watched it a lot in high school and college. It sort of went off the air shortly after all of that. And I really, really liked it. I couldn't imagine how they could keep writing new and inventive things, which I think is why it went off the air. Well, but I'm into it.
Well, yeah, and it had how many different cities? It was CSI.
Well, that was Vegas.
I know. Well, that was the original. So we had CSI, then Miami, then New York.
Miami was also really good.
Toledo. They had.
They didn't have Toledo. No.
Gary, Indiana.
No, Gary was not.
Okay, but
that
no,
didn't make
it's
the
just
cut.
like.
Hey,
I
mean,
didn't watch it, so I'm relying on you. This isn't my cup of tea. I don't like that genre of TV show.
I love this stuff. It was so easy to, if you had never seen an episode, you could watch it and get it. It was kind of one of those shows. Plus, Nick Stokes. Oh, girl, if he's back, I'm watching it.
Yeah, I didn't.
See?
I didn't list him. Is that George?
Yes,
the George
that's
guy?
George.
Yeah, he's not listed, so I don't think
Oh,
he.
yeah, no, he's coming back.
No, no. It says his character dies.
Oh,
I'm just
he
kidding.
can-
I'm just kidding. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm kidding, audience. I have no idea.
He shall rise again.
See how quickly they turn. We give them donut holes and coffee, and then they turn. Next in the dish, another reboot to tell you about. Disney Plus, the streaming service, is looking to breathe new life into a classic comedy. I don't know if we should use the word classic, but okay, from 1989. The streaming service has ordered a 12-episode run of Turner and Hooch. The movie starred Tom Hanks as Scott Turner, a police investigator, and his dog Hooch. According to Disney, the series will revolve around Turner, who is now a U.S. Marshal. Josh Peck will play the Tom Hanks character. No word on who will play Hooch.
That's not in the prompter, by the way. It's just.
Let us go down to the Humane Society. Yeah, all right, come here, Skippy. This is an example. Now, CSI, you convinced me. In the woman who yelled for CSI. Where is she? Right, where is she? It's like Price is Right. Okay, yeah, that lady right there, and you convinced me. Great, people want this.
We did great.
This one, there's not a human being on earth that is clamoring for a Turner and Hooch reboot. This is, you know what I mean?
No.
There was an article, I won't get too far into it, but there was a great article, 20th Century Fox is now owned by Mickey Mouse. So they got rid of the Fox name, and it's now 20th Century Studios. And there was a blistering article about what this once proud movie studio really means. And this one guy that used to run Fox said, oh, the studio means nothing now. He basically said it's just a storage shed for Disney to go in and pluck characters out and redo them. And I was like, ooh, that's not good. And 20th Century Fox was one of the first movie studios. It had a proud history, and now we get Turner and Hooch. Yeah, anyway.
Remade.
Still ahead, everybody. It's not your typical wallpaper. Kendall meets up with two women behind a local company who are decorating walls all across the metro. And then, personal trainer Brianna Bernard joins us with some of her favorite guilt-free Valentine's Day treats. We'll be right back. Stay with us, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. Happy Tuesday. So, welcome back. Wallpaper was really big in the 80s. My mom had leopard and tiger wallpaper in our living room. I'll never forget it. Well, that went out of style kind of in the 90s. But in recent years, wallpaper is actually making a comeback. And two local women are giving Borno wallpaper a boost. Shishi, makes custom hand-painted wallpaper with their work popping up on design shows, even inside the Mall of America. Kendall introduces us to the women behind Shishi. Look.
Kate, walk me through this process because I can see even a little bit of like how you guys did this. How do you start?
Yeah, so truly with this design specifically, we sat down and just sketched a bunch of different chandeliers. And from there, we laid out the pattern digitally and kind of decided what color, what scale, how far apart, and then we actually project the design on the wall.
Like a projector.
Yeah.
Like old school projector.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
From there, we draw the design on the wall with water-soluble pencils and start painting as soon as the design is drawn on there.
Why did you decide to put it on the ceiling? I gotta imagine that's way harder.
One thing that Jenny and I are really good at is taking things way too far. We start with an idea and it just kind of snowballs out of control. Like, what if, what if, what if? This is a perfect example of Shishi taking it one step too far.
Tell me how this all came about. You guys were like...
We actually kind of did it as like a passion project, like as friends to support each other. We were both going through breakups and we had a lot of extra energy that we needed to put into something. It kind of snowballed into this awesome experience for us, so we just kept it going.
I love that. It's like, okay, we just decided one day we were just gonna do this because we broke up with people. Were you guys friends before this? Were you colleagues?
Our exes actually introduced us probably like 3 to 6 months before this all began.
Even better.
So we were like new friends and we really liked each other. We were kind of like, wow, like we found this amazing person in town to hang out with. Kate's background is illustration, mine's interior design, and we had worked on a couple custom wallpaper projects together before we like really launched into the hand-painted scene.
Shishi. Yeah. Was that an ode and a little homage to the fact that you two were, hey, let's do this together. This is female, strong, we don't need them, creative outlet. Is it totally nothing to do with that?
Oh no, I mean, it's certainly because there are two women, you know, starting this new venture together. It's also based off of, you know, we started with this like hand-painted wallpaper. It's kind of Shishi, you know?
Oh.
But
like this,
so
like,
it's like a play off of
that?
It's a play off of that word mixed with like two women doing this together.
We've talked about this, Eric and I, off camera. We mentioned it to you guys. You have the coolest website with the coolest pictures ever.
Like we worked really hard to get this project done. Now we get to have fun and create a fairy tale-like scene as a photo shoot. So I think because we're both so creative, it lends itself nicely.
You guys have work at the Mall of America too. That's probably like, I would think a lot of people would have seen that. You've done some work literally filmed right here for HGTV, so a lot of people have probably seen that. Is there anything else around the Twin Cities that people might not know that is stuff that you've done?
The Laura Hotel in Stillwater did their coffee shop and their bar area. We've done the Julia, which is a new apartment complex in Northeast, and that's a pretty cool one too. It's a really, really tall hand-painted scene that depicts one of the owner's family members from back in the day, and she was a really strong-willed woman, and we like drew stuff based on her life and made it into a pattern.
As female business owners in Minneapolis, do you think that the Metro is kind of a good place for that?
Oh my gosh, yes. The creative scene in this town, everyone like binds together and lifts each other up every chance they get. Like this website exists because photographers in town like guide us and help us, and you know, other local creatives like helped us build that website. I mean, we couldn't have done it without everyone else. So yeah, I mean, I think if we were in a different city, we wouldn't be where we were.
Minneapolis, St. Paul, lifting people up. I love that. I have seen that at Laura when she mentioned Laura, beautiful hotel in Stillwater if you're looking for a little staycation. But and I was like, wow, this is very specific to the overall,
to the actual hotel.
To the actual hotel. I'm like, how did they do this? Shishi.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what's really neat about them too is that they were both, hey, I think this might be fun. Would you want to do it? And now they want to work with not just wallpaper. You can order it now on their website, but they said maybe we'll get into more interior design things like pieces that, like a lamp. You can have a lamp with custom wallpaper that's painted onto it. It's just this really neat concept. And the house itself that we were in, beautiful.
Really?
I mean, because it's her house. She was like, oh yeah, here's my house. I'm like, can I move in?
Yeah.
Tomorrow?
Can I live in one of this?
Please?
So you can go to them with any design element and they will craft, like you can say, I like birds and leopards and Aaron Schwab, and then
Yeah,
they'll draw,
and there's Aaron Schwab, yeah.
and then they'll put little Aaron Schwabs with leopards.
Yeah, I think they're really. We actually the next day went to this place called the Coven, which we will be showing on here at a later date. But they did the wall mural there, and it's all kind of again a thing about female empowerment and just the things they come up with. They're so neat and so creative.
To learn more about the custom wallpaper, check out their website. You heard it's a really great website. buyshishi.com. Easy to remember. Still ahead. What are some of the worst sounds that make you cringe? Chalkboards and chewing and popcorn. We'll discuss some when we return. Back after this, everybody. I'll tell you what was just said in just a second. Anyway, welcome back. We all have those moments during the day that make us cringe. Maybe when someone uses a word that you hate, like moist. I hate that word. Or engorged. I hate that word. But it's just an awful word. But anyway, how about an everyday sound that makes your skin crawl? Someone on Reddit asked people to name the frequent sounds that make them cringe and got quite a response. Leading the way, mouth noises like chewing or snapping gum. Yeah, my boss over at My Talk stopped dating a guy because he chewed with his mouth open and smacked his lips. Yeah, utensils, scraping on a plate ranked high. Rubbing a balloon was also mentioned a lot in the survey. And hearing the default ringtone on your phone. Yeah, that's depending on the service, yeah. Well, right before we came back, our photographer, Eric, said the sound of his breathing upsets his wife. Oh, yeah. Eric's a good guy. Before we go to the audience, I'll tell you mine, and I think you guys will agree. Nothing like I crawl when people are like scuffing, like they don't pick up their feet and they scuff their feet walking around a store like they're wearing flip-flops or, okay, maybe I'm alone on that one. Okay, let's ask the audience. Let's ask the audience about some of the sounds that make them cringe. Right here, come on, stand up. What's your name?
Anna.
Hi, Anna. What's one of the sounds?
When my husband chews gum. He's
Chews
right
gum?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. It's like a cow with their cut.
He can hear you.
Oh,
I
know.
He can hear.
He's aware.
Is it all the time?
It's and I'll hear from.
Okay,
like,
go ahead and sit
another
down.
room.
We're going to talk to him for a second. Come on, stand up for a second. Now, why do you do that? You know it bothers her.
I like chewing gum.
You're not.
She probably hates my breathing also. So you know.
How's it?
The breathing can be annoying. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Just about everything I do.
But you're aware of it, though.
I'm aware.
You know, but you're not going to stop.
Well, no.
Okay, there we go.
We were recently on a car trip, and I was chewing gum. Oh, she just.
It was rough.
You barely probably made it to the destination.
It was bad. Yeah.
Come on, stand up. What's your name, my friend?
William.
William, what's the sound for you?
My sound is when your shower gets the right temperature and pressure where it resonates at a high frequency and goes, It did it this morning to me before the show.
Go ahead and give us that sound one more time. There we go. Give it up. How about over here? Who's right? You come on, stand up. What's your name?
Susan.
Susan, what's the sound for you?
So I don't know if you have a dog.
I do. I have two.
But when they decide to clean themselves, when they are just licking and licking and licking, and yeah, that throws me, and I can't do it.
There's nothing I can say to that. I can't. No. I will tell you, Colin hates Dexter. I have a boxer, and he constantly goes like this. Dexter cleans this. Yeah, I don't know. Down here, stand up, my friend. What's your name?
Randy.
What's your noise?
Oh.
That's the noise?
No.
Oh, okay. What's the noise?
If you would like to have your pen missing.
Yeah.
And I'm at a meeting.
Oh, the clicking at a meeting?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
So I asked, can I borrow your pen?
Okay, have a seat. There we go. Yeah, do you have one? No, who? Did we miss somebody? Where? Oh, up here. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
What's your noise?
It is a coworker incessantly clearing their throat.
Like that?
All day long, like it's just a habit. It's so irritating.
Do you have one you're thinking of right now, a coworker?
No, I do not. Because they might be watching, the TV's on.
I like how it was a nod. No, yes. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you so much. Coming up, everybody, we're testing some guilty-free Valentine's Day treats with Brianna Bernard when we come back. Back after this. Stay with us. Welcome back. Valentine's Day is coming up on Friday, and that means lots of chocolate and other sweet treats, but you do not have to destroy your diet to celebrate Cupid's extravaganza. Here with some guilt-free sweet treats, fitness trainer and nutritionist, our good friend. Please welcome Brianna Bernard, everybody. Welcome back.
Thank you. Well, and it's important to remember here, this isn't about being perfect.
No.
This isn't about depriving ourselves.
And that's why I love you, and I always like to remind people, how much weight did you lose?
I lost 107 pounds.
That's right, always. And that's why executive producer Jeff and I were talking. We banished these types of segments years ago because I hate when fancy people come on. They're like, well, let's eat a leaf for Valentine's Day. That's not realistic. You're gonna eat something sweet. So what do we have? These are realistic things.
Yes. So my absolute favorite is like the chocolate peanut butter cup.
Yes.
So
me too.
I make my own. And all I did here, you guys, was use some cacao powder with some coconut oil and maple syrup, a little vanilla extract. You put in a layer, let it freeze for a few minutes. Then you add in, these are almond butter. So I threw a little almond butter on, let it freeze for a few minutes, then put a little bit more of the chocolate on top, let it freeze for a few minutes. And I've sprinkled some coconut flakes and some freeze-dried raspberries on the top. And you just let them set in your fridge for a few hours, and they are ridiculous.
May I?
Please.
Okay.
Please.
Because I love a peanut butter cup, so.
Wait for it.
Oh.
Ridiculous, right?
No difference.
No
like,
difference.
Really good.
No difference.
Fresh tasting too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next.
So this
Oh,
is,
really good.
I know, this is white chocolate bark, you guys. And all I've used here is some coconut cream, cacao butter, some cashew butter is in these. And then there's a little xylitol and some drops of stevia to give it a little bit of sweetness. So no sugar is in this at all. Then I've dropped in some dried goji berries, as well as some dried pomegranate seeds, and some cashews and coconut flakes.
May I?
Please.
Okay, there we go. I only knew 3 of the words you just said, but this is really good.
It's super simple.
Right. All kidding aside, where do you, and we're going to put everything, we'll put this segment online because I know what you're wondering. Where do you get a lot of this stuff? Do you have to go to like the Whole Foods or?
You can go to Whole Foods, you can go, wherever you prefer to shop. Most of these things can be found on the shelf of your grocery store. You just have to do a little bit of digging to find something that's not butter.
Yeah. Next.
So I am a huge fan of chocolate and I love eating it, but I also want to get some healthy fats in here as well. So these are actually avocado truffles. So I have mashed an avocado and then added—
The audience is worried. There's a couple rows that are okay.
And added cocoa powder, and it creates this beautiful chocolate. And then I just put some cocoa powder over the top of them as well to make a truffle. I promise you, these are good.
Okay, I'm a little skeptical here.
And these are the protein bites. So these have oatmeal in them, which is a great source of carbohydrates because it's nutrient rich and slow digesting, which means it's going to keep you feeling full longer. And there's also some vanilla protein powder in them, and there's peanut butter. Have you gone to the the grocery store and done like the self-serve, homemade, make your own peanut butter?
No.
So you can go to the co-ops, you can go to Whole Foods. It's like make your own peanut butter. It looks like an ice cream machine, and you get fresh peanut butter. That's what I use in these. It could not be more delicious. And I've added in some white chocolate chips as well as some dried cherries here.
Now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish the segment, and then I'm gonna come back to these. I'm gonna end because I'm usually with you 100. There is a big old question mark on that one, and we're gonna wait. What's next?
Love it. So these are just a few ingredients here. These are cookies. They are macadamia nut cranberry cookies. All I've used here is some oats, some banana, a little bit of cinnamon, and then there are some cranberries and macadamia nuts in there. And
that's good.
Super simple. You just mash it all together, throw it at 350 for 12 minutes, and you're good.
Okay, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, more. We have 2 more, plus I'm gonna try the avocado balls.
Yes.
That's right. When we return, back in a moment, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. More with our buddy Brianna. Couple more things. Moving to cookies.
So this, we all love sugar cookies,
Yeah,
right? So these are no-bake sugar cookies, you guys.
Okay.
The base is coconut flour and almond flour, and you just put a little bit of coconut oil with them to mix it up, smash it down on a plate, let it set in the fridge, and then the frosting is the same. It's just super simple ingredients, you guys. The only thing that is on here is the coconut butter, the oil, the xylitol. There's a little bit of vanilla, and to make it colorful, you add beet powder as opposed to adding food coloring to keep it healthier.
Oh, okay.
And there's some goji berries on the top.
Those goji berries, I'm
Goji
telling you, they're
berries,
everywhere.
They're everywhere. They're
And
the
finally,
new thing.
the great melting strawberries.
The melting strawberries. So we all love chocolate-covered strawberries, right?
Yeah.
So these are yogurt-covered strawberries. And all I did was add a little bit of protein powder. So vanilla protein powder, strawberry protein powder added to the yogurt. And then you put a layer on, put them in the freezer to let them set, put another layer on, let them set again.
2 layers.
2 layers.
It's like double breading chicken.
It is.
Okay, yeah.
It is.
I go right to the unhealthy. But
Right.
anyway, okay. Now before we wrap up, let's revisit. Now, what are these truffles again?
These are avocado chocolate truffles.
So it's the avocados tricking me into thinking it's chocolate, right?
Yes.
Is there any chocolate in this, though?
There is. There's chocolate in it. There's dark chocolate melted with it.
You know what? Not bad. I mean, the texture, if you wouldn't have told me,
You wouldn't have known.
I would not have known. I would like these frozen a little bit.
Yeah.
A little harder.
Yeah.
I would not have known. The chocolate
There you go.
flavor. Yeah, there we go. Brianna, I'm telling you, no joke. I'll have Kendall try one before we go. For more information, head to Brianna's website, BriannaBernardFitness.com, and on Instagram, find her there, Brianna Bernard Fitness as well, right there. We're going to take a break. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this. Stay with us. No joke. I would not have known. I honestly would not. Welcome back. I had Kendall in the commercial break try the avocado cocoa treats,
Yes.
truffles. Your verdict?
I really liked them. I agree. I think if a little frozen, they'd be totally addicting because I know me, I'd be like, oh, it's healthy.
Yeah.
So I'd eat
I
a
can
ton
eat
of them.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was really, and the more you eat it, the better it gets.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
It tricked again. If had I not known, I wouldn't have ever guessed it was avocado based.
No, I would have thought banana, maybe.
Maybe
Oddly enough.
frozen banana.
Yeah.
Because frozen banana makes an ice cream consistency. It's a great little trick too in the
Right.
summer. If you make like whipped banana, like it tastes like it tastes like ice cream. You freeze it, and yeah, it's a good ice cream substitute. The texture is similar Yeah, it's really good. I forgot the official recipe. We'll do it during the summer, but
I could get into cooking.
yeah, we'll post that segment on our segment on our YouTube page. Just search for Jason Show TV. Tomorrow, we're talking about some skincare essentials for winter because we still have a couple more weeks at least. Plus a love-inspired performance by Aaron Schwab. That's right. That's going to do it for us. Thanks to this fantastic audience that came out today, man. We love them. You can get tickets to our show on our Facebook page. That's going to do it for us. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Let's go, Kendall. We're out of here.